Alright, so the United Kingdom has also come out with a brand new ETA policy, just like the European Union. Last week I made a video once again talking about the European Union's brand new ETIAS policy, where I referred to it as bureaucracy manifest. I still stand by those points, and I'd heard on the grapevine a couple of times that the UK was also introducing a similar type of policy, and some people in my comment sections in my previous video also informed me that the UK was implementing a very similar policy. And for me, I make no distinctions whatsoever. I also believe that this is another example of bureaucratic nonsense. But in today's video, I'm going to be going over what this new ETA means for foreign citizens who are looking to travel to the UK if you currently have visa-free access to the country, along with my own personal views about this whole new ETA. Everyone's introducing electronic travel visas and what I personally think about that. So naturally the European Union has the ETIAS, the UK has an ETA, the United States has an ESTA. These are all different names, but they're pretty much in principle the same thing. The UK one stands for the Electronic Travel Authorization. I believe a country like New Zealand also has a very similar policy. If you technically have visa-free access to New Zealand and you want to travel there, you will need to get an ETA. Well, now, if you have visa-free access to the UK, you will also need to get an ETA. And it says on Gov.uk that citizens of the following countries, Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia and the United Arab Emirates, can already apply for this brand new UK ETA. Well, how sweet. I'm sure all the Emirati citizens are feeling so blessed right now, just as all the Saudis are feeling so blessed that they can finally apply for the UK ETA. I'm sure they feel so grateful that they can do this. Because, you know, forget this whole idea of just pulling up to the country if you have a strong passport. They look at your passport, they verify that you're the same dude in the passport, and then they let you in for, let's say, 90 days, maybe 6 months. That is starting to go away, and that, in all honesty, is what is concerning me. A couple of other details. One major thing would be the price. I spoke about this in my last video when I was talking about the EU's ETIAS policy. Now, the UK ETA is going to be a little bit more expensive. It's going to cost a total of £10 British. So it is a little bit more expensive than the €7 ETIAS. And actually, in regards to how long this ETA will last, it will last for a total of 2 years. Now, that does not mean that you can stay in the UK for the whole of the 2-year period. No, you can stay in the UK for a total of 6 months within 2 years. It's the same principle as the American ESTA, where it might be valid for maybe 2-3 years, but you can only stay in the country for 90 days. Well, for this UK ETA, you can have your ETA for 2 years, but you can only stay in the country for 6 months. Now, once again, this has been proven that the Republic of Ireland might just have the best passport in the world, because if you are an Irish citizen, naturally the UK and the Republic of Ireland have an open border policy known as the Common Travel Area. Well, don't worry, you are the only nationality in the European Union that does not need to apply for this ETA. So if you are an Irish citizen, if you have dual UK citizenship as well with any other passport, you don't really need to worry about this. This will not impact you. This will only impact people who currently have visa-free access to the UK, but they don't have an Irish or a UK passport. But if you are an Irish citizen, don't worry about it. You've become very lucky once again, where you don't have to apply for any other type of bureaucratic nonsense. Now, I think it is fair to say that I am making a couple of digging comments about this whole ETA and ETIAS and pretty much any type of electronic travel visa program that any country introduced. And I'd like to explain why, because I feel like there was a little bit of a misunderstanding with some people in my comment sections last week. Now, yes, I totally agree. This isn't the end of the world. No way in hell is this the end of the world. I totally agree with that sentiment. However, I'm still not fond of it, and let me tell you why. For me, this is a little bit concerning. I like the days where you have a strong passport, you can turn up to any country you like, they look at your passport, they verify it's you, they ask, do you need a visa? You say no, because we have an agreement with the 2 countries, and they let you in. That is starting to go away. Now you have to apply for everything electronically, digitally, on the digital internet. I know I sound like some 60-year-old dude right now, but look, it is a little bit concerning, because why should you have to submit all of your information to some website, even if it is an official government website? It doesn't really make sense to me, and I am a little bit concerned about, data protection and everything. Now, I'm not saying that anything bad is going to happen, but I'm still a little bit concerned. I think it is a very normal thing to ask questions, to be a little bit skeptical about this, because never forget one thing is that this ETA or this ETIAS policy has not been introduced to make your life as an expat or as a tourist easier. If you think that, well, I apologise to say this, but you are wrong. No one introduced an ETA because they thought, how can we make the lives of tourists easier? They don't think like that. So for me, I think this is something that is completely inconvenient to tourists or people who want to travel the world, and it's only really going to benefit whoever came up with the ETA or whoever published the website or anyone who is officially getting the money. Because realistically, I understand that every country has the right to establish, okay, you want to enter our country, you have to pay for a certain type of visa. Hell, Bhutan has a very extreme version of that. But now the UK ETA is currently £10. The European Union's ETIAS is currently €7. What's to say that it's going to stay that price forever? What if in the future it's going to be £100, €100, right? They're adding more steps to your travel. They're adding that. And that is not a good thing. They're trying to make your travelling harder, in my opinion. And it might not seem like the end of the world right now, but give it around 5 years and let's hope that we are still in the same position. Let's hope they haven't increased the prices, increased the bureaucracy, cut off visa-free access for any strong Western passports. Because if they start doing that, once again, do not think they're doing that for your best interest. They're doing that so they can generate more money and just implement more power onto you because they know that you will have to comply. All in all, I agree. Yes, the UK's ETA, the European Union's ETIAS, the United States ESTA program isn't the end of the world. Absolutely not. It's not that inconvenient. Yes, it might cost you a little bit more in money, but still, it's not something that is completely unaffordable to most people who are looking to travel across multiple continents. But just bear in mind, in my opinion, that I think it's okay to have a skeptical view on this. I think it's okay to come at this thinking, okay, they're not doing this in my best interest. And once again, it proves a very monumental point for me. There has not been any more time more crucial to get a second passport. You want to get a second citizenship. If you want to be able to live in Europe for the rest of your life, getting EU citizenship is probably the best option out there. You want to be able to go to the UK or the Republic of Ireland or any other country, and you don't want to have to pay every time you go. Well, then it's going to cost you a little bit more at the beginning, but citizenship or residency is probably the best option. You want to be diversified. That, in my opinion, is the true way we can counter these new bureaucratic steps that they are starting to implement onto the people. Let me know what you think about the points that I've raised in this video. Do you agree with me or do you have a different perspective? And if you like this video, you want to click right here and subscribe to this information on YouTube, and be also sure to follow my podcast. I've been interviewing quite a lot of people recently, and if you want to check that out, I'll be linked down below in the description. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.